Hi guys, True GSP here. I'm going to be bringing you guys a firing range CTF. This is actually one of the games from our recent tournament we just played in. It was the EnvyUs CTF Tournament for $500. I highly recommend you guys check them out. They do a tournament every month for $500, and the top 16 teams get money. So, even if you're not that good, show up, Top 16, that's a lot of teams, so you could make some money. We've got me, Kenny, Bane, and Portnoy SP here. So this is our main team. Me and Kenny, we're going to make a push-up jungle here. Now, we're going to take out actually most of their team right here in the initial push. We just took out 3 guys, so I'm going to go ahead and pull the flag here. Actually missed the flag. I'm used to PS3, and for some reason, I swear PS3, it's more sensitive to when you touch the flag. Like, you can pull the flag from much further distance than you can pull it on Xbox. But they make a weird push here. So I'm the only one alive right now. I'm kind of falling back, trying to take cover here. They pulled barracks, and it actually worked. Well, it worked in the sense that they killed everybody. And you can see there, I made the really bad mistake. I'm used to them trying to push through tunnel to kill me. And they actually all fell back, and I didn't notice that when all my allies spawned that, they're of course going to spawn barracks. And I didn't turn around, but I died by a grenade there, but we did get that flag pick up. They still have our flag. We're trying to take control, though. We're not too worried about getting the flag back right away. We're just trying to get map control and make sure they can't put us on the spot and get our flag back. I take out 2 of them. I know there's 1 in mid, so there's only 2 guys left. Griff gets the flag back, and Kenny goes in for the score, and the guy that killed me in the mid completely screws that up for us there. And right off spawn, we've got 3 of them down, 4 of them down right now. Easy pull. Now we just got to set up and wait. They're going to spawn. They're either going to spawn barracks or trailer. Most likely trailer at this point, because just the way I'm looking at that spawn. 2 in mid. Again, they're 2 down right off the bat. No offense to these guys, but we're not having too much of a problem here. We're used to playing NMLG stuff, and it was obvious just even by talking to them they're not. But it was still an entertaining game, which is why I felt we needed to post it. I see a guy in barracks, I'm looking through here, I'm waiting for him to come out, and he's not. He ends up falling back, and you can see my aim's a little off for the past about week. I'd been playing exclusively PlayStation 3, so I had to kill Bane there. That was a big mistake on my part, and I actually stopped shooting as soon as I got the points. If I would have just kept shooting, it would have been fine. But I've got 8 bullets right now, and trying to make it count, and I get double, I get 2 people ganging up on me there. That wasn't very nice. But as you can see, we are kind of getting congested here. We're getting pushed back. But we're still not having that much trouble pushing up once we actually try. Once we try to pick a path and actually push up here, it's not that hard. Kenny's going to end up pulling the flag. And so I'm just going to watch the tunnel off spawn here. I get 1 of them down, so we know there's only 3 guys. 1 of them has the flag. He's not going to be too much of a problem, as you can see. The 1 guy's in trailer, so we already even know where they are right off spawn here. We know 1 of them's pushing up jungle, so I'm going to move over and basically wait for him to pull. I'm not too worried about going in after him. I just want to wait for him to pull the flag here, and that was an easy down. Kenny got him. Portnoy got the 3rd. There was only 1 guy left, and I believe he gave his position away there, on left side or mid. He's right in mid right now. Bane takes him out with a Python. I see 1 guy running through the left side, so we know where their spawn is, and I'm just going to wait here right now for the relay. Because that's one of the important things, is if you can actually get that momentum, that relay is extremely important. Now, the reason I pulled back there is we had a call out for, that there were a couple people in our spawn. And yeah, as I was saying, the relay is important, but if you can't get that flag into the, if you can't get that flag cap, you're not really relaying anything. You're just pulling again. And, if they kill you all in your spawn, they now have control of your flag. That relays, you're going to be the only one up pulling against 3 or 2, and it's just not going to work out. We're 2 down. As you can see, I think Bane and Griff are the two left. But Griff does a smart thing there, and he pulls back into mid, taking the power position. I'm going to switch with him. They're taking our flag. I'm trying to stun the flag guy. Notice I get a stun on the flag, which, you know, he wasn't there. So it is another guy. 3 down again. Last guy's right here, and as you can see, he's kind of given up for this round. Not much they can do. We're just pulling flag for points at this point. So we're winning 3-0 right off the start. As you can see, their scores, they're struggling. And, you know, we're hopefully going to use this forward momentum we have to just keep going and make this an easy 2-0 victory for us. You know, it's really hard, especially when you've got guys going 2-13, 2-16, and even 6-13. You know, if a majority of your team's going negative, I didn't catch the last guy there, but if a majority of your team's going negative, the morale of your team's not going to be too high. It's just going to be hard to, you know, actually get something going here. So I'm pushing up. We're all just trying to take control again. We were pretty comfortable at this point. We're not too worried. It's turning into a pretty lax game in the second half. We've got 3 down. Easy pull for us right here. Hopefully, as long as we don't screw up the spawn. If they spawn behind me in jungle, that would be absolutely terrible. They actually might get that flag pull. But, you know, easy pull there. I'm just stunning behind jungle to make sure I get a hit. And Kenny probably screamed at me right here. He hates when we get stunned. We all do. And it's a natural response, really, to think your ally is stunning you, and that time it was. This one surprised us. They pulled behind trailer, which is a very unusual spawn, and I'm losing this guy. I end up just giving up on him because he wasn't really doing anything. But that shows you that even against a correct setup, if you pull barracks, it can surprise a team. We had 3 up, and they still managed to get that pull. And it wasn't like we were all down. We just couldn't get the cutoffs in time because we were so, you know, basically flabbergasted that they actually pulled back trailer. Now, one of the problems with that is our spawn is back trailer. So if they actually kill a majority of us, or even 2 of us, we'll spawn back trailer and we'll spawn at a cutoff. And one of the other things is they continue to try to do this. They see it worked once, and they continue to do that. But they did pull correctly, you know, quote correctly, they pulled back wood and jungle for that relay. And again, that shows you the relay power. You know, they used that momentum. We weren't set up at that point. We were all kind of, you know, still in their base going, why the heck did they pull trailer? But here, you see him pull trailer again, and Portnoy knew, you know, he's watching that side now. Now we're looking for that. And it only takes one guy to do a good cutoff there. I mean, there's plenty of cover, and it's such a straight shot. And even if he just slows it down, if there's somebody in mid, you know, you know, we can just all push to jungle, and it's not that hard to get a cutoff. Kenny is in their spawn right now. We're 2 down, they're 1 down, but Kenny's got control of their spawn, so this is actually really good. Normally, this isn't terribly a good thing to have that, but Kenny's going to go ahead and make the pull. I'm going to try to cover mid as best I can, and the one guy, he pulls the flag. They got a counter, you know, they could get a counter cap. We were down a couple of people, but they didn't have the map control to actually make that happen. And so I'm down here, again, going for the relay. They're all going to be pretty spread out. I'm surprised that this guy spawned here, honestly, because all the other 3 spawned at the barracks spawn, the usual spawn. And then I get a magical grenade to kill me here. But as you can see, again, they're trying to pull barracks. And if you look at the minimap, we got 2 people there. That is our spawn. We're going to be there. You know, if they pulled towards Kenny, sure, Kenny might be able to outslay, you know, 3 of them, but you know, that gives them a much better chance. They're only pulling against 1 instead of possibly 3. I'm going to try to go for the flag here again. We're all pushed up. This is actually a really bad time to pull for me because we're all really messed up in how our positions were. But again, we feel we're pretty comfortable in our slaying potential here. We just dropped 3 of them while I was pulling, so not worried about it. And we're up by 5 right now. So, and we've got another pull coming in. I'm gonna watch the back here just to make sure nobody spawns. We see a guy in mid, but you know, 2 down already. we're not worried about it. This game's going to wrap up to a close here in a minute, and it just shows, you know, the relay power and how much, even though we're not practicing, just simply playing MLG and being used to that mentality is a completely different style than a team that, you know, these guys might have practiced together a lot, and you know, they might be a fairly formidable team against, you know, pubs and stuff, but they're just not used to the MLG mentality of it. Not saying we're that great either. You know, I've been playing PS3 for a week. Kenny had been playing Halo Reach nearly the whole time, so we didn't have any practice at all, but it just shows you that a team that actually knows setups and stuff, how strong those setups can be once you actually utilize them. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope this video was interesting to you. I think I'm going to upload the second one for this. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys want some more tournament footage and stuff. And yeah, tell me what you guys like. Alright, see you guys next time.